Hi guys, thanks for watching the replay. I hope you are having a great day, and I'm so excited that you're taking a few minutes out of your time to join me for this video and learn more about electricity and how it affects our body. As you know, we are electrical beings. We have electricity running through our bodies to communicate and to help certain processes, help cells communicate, and all the electricity around us has a big effect on us. And so today I'm going to be talking to you about the electrical system in our body and how external electricity can affect us, and how to know when you're being affected and how to limit those effects. So we're going to dive in. If you have questions, please type in the chat box and I will be happy to answer them. If you're watching this on the replay, then you can type in questions too and I will still be happy to answer them. So first off, know that you have electricity running in your body. It's flowing. The general flow of energy and electricity in the body is up through the right foot, up, around, and down the left side. So up from the right foot, up the right side, and then down the left. And that is the typical flow. Now, many of these videos you might have said, hey, your polarity is off. And if you think of magnets, how they have poles, right? If you put them together one way, they stick right together. And if you flip it around, they have that like invisible force field that you can't see that won't let them touch, right? Same thing in our bodies. And when that polarity is off and we're flipped, we're going the wrong direction, our muscle testing is going to be inaccurate. We're going to feel funky. You might have a lot of autoimmune type issues. You might have anxiety or some mood stuff going on. You might have brain fog. These are just some ways, kind of indications that your polarity might be off. Now, the easiest way is to test. And you can, and because even if your polarity is off, you can typically get 1 to 2 answers that are clear on muscle testing. So if you're doing the sway method, you could stand up and say, and I'll show you real quick and you can see my doggy. So is my polarity correct? Yes. Okay. And if your polarity is off, even if it's off, you should still get, if it's off, it should still tell you, yes, it's off. An easy way to say that is circuits on. And if your circuits are going good, then you'll get a positive test. If they're not, if the flow is jacked up somehow, then you'll get a negative. Okay, same thing with the finger. Circuits on, yes. My polarity is good, yes. Okay, so that is just, it's pretty easy. If you consistently, like if you're testing your name on the muscle testing, trying to get a positive answer, and you consistently get a negative response versus a positive response, that's another indication that more than likely your polarity is off. It might not be completely reversed, but it could be just jacked up and not flowing. And we learned a lot about chakras when Kim taught us in our video a few weeks ago. And the chakras and meridians totally affect our polarity. So if you have a specific meridian that's fried, then that can affect how the flow of electricity is happening in your body. Now, why is this flow so important? Number one, you're going to feel a heck of a lot better when everything is flowing how it should. If you haven't felt good for years, it's a big chance that more than likely something's clogged. There's a electrical flow channel that's kinked or not getting the right messages, and you're going to feel yucky. Okay. If you have a lot of anxiety or depression, if you feel kind of jittery, maybe if you touch a cell phone and you feel a buzz, more than likely you're having some polarity issues or sensitivities. Now, I just wanted to kind of give you a few ideas of what to look for. Now, let's talk about how we can change this. How can we, my polarity is off. I want to get it better. I want to start feeling better. The easiest way is just going to go stand on the ground. Literally, feet on the ground, put your feet on the grass or in the dirt and stand there or walk around for 10 or 15 minutes. If you do that daily, chances are your polarity is going to be good, because that uses the electrical system and the electromagnetic fields within the earth to help get you balanced. That simple. Another easy fix is a grounding blend. So my personal favorite grounding blend is one from doTERRA. It's called Balance. And so applying that on the bottoms of your feet every morning and night is really going to help the electrical flow in your system. You'll see that recommended a lot as a daily habit, especially right now. We've got our daily habits challenge going. And it does. It's for your electrical system. So that helps that flow. Other easy ways are minimize your electronics around you. For me, I work at a computer most of the time. And so, hey, Becky, hey, Teresa. And so I've got a ton of rocks around my computer. I have a giant Himalayan rock salt. If you've ever been in my office, you've seen this. It looks like it's like a quarry around my desk because I don't want the interference. I am sensitive to those EMFs. When you hear EMF, that's electromagnetic field. And that's any electric device that has a battery or a plug is going to have EMFs. And some are going to be more damaging or affect you more than others. So a cell phone, for example, we keep these little puppies. They're in our pockets. You might put it in your bra. It might just be in your hand all the time. And when we're in that physical contact with it, my poor dog. Okay, Lenny, get up. You get up. Lenny, up. No, never mind. I thought she was waiting for permission to get on the couch. There she goes. But we have these devices in our hands all the time, right? We're playing on it. We're checking Facebook. We're texting. We're emailing. We're talking on the phone. Guess what, guys? You're having electromagnetic frequency problems. They're going to affect you. It is what it is. Our cells don't like it and they respond. And some people are going to be more sensitive than others. So things that you can do to minimize these effects: stones, the rocks. We've been talking about this. These are God's natural ways to protect us. And they really, because he knew we were going to have a lot of electricity. He knew that there was going to be an information age, which I think has been a huge blessing because we can get topics like this out. We can easily spread the good word, right? And so technology is a huge, huge blessing, but we have to be aware of its toll that it's taking on our bodies. So rocks around where you work if you're on a computer. Another thing you can do, and I will post a link. See this little thing right here? This is, I can't remember the name brand. I will post a link though. But this is an EMF blocker. And basically what it is, it's gemstones ground up really fine and then made into a little sticky disc. And you can put this on your cell phone, on your laptop, on your tablet, anything, even a microwave. If you've got a smart meter at your home to monitor electricity, you can put it on that. But putting this on here, it doesn't give you a free pass that you can be on your phone all the time and not have any effects, but it really does minimize the effects. I notice a big, big difference when I have this on versus not when I don't have it or when I'm on electronics that don't have it. And this, I will share the brand that I like because it has tested the highest when I'm muscle testing, and you get, if you buy 3, you get the 4th free. So it's a pretty cool deal. But we have those everywhere. I have them on my laptop. All my kids have it on their phones. And it just helps neutralize and kind of dissipate those EMFs that are going to come from our electronics. And I will tell you, because I know a lot of you are probably iPhone lovers out there, iPhones typically have the highest radiation that they put out. So, and the bigger the iPhone, the more radiation. So just be aware of that. I prefer Android for other reasons, but that's just an added benefit for me that the Android phones typically have less radiation. And I don't know if it's because of the technology Apple uses or exactly why that is, but if you are very sensitive and you have an iPhone, I would recommend possibly looking at putting it maybe switching to Android or making sure that you have this EMF blocker on your phone. And not all EMF blockers are created equal. So I trust this one. You can go through and you can muscle test on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is this going to block the EMF radiation, and you can get results on that. So you can go through Amazon and shop that way as well. And I will post a link to the one that I prefer. It really does make a big difference, guys. And even if you're not sensitive to the electricity, guess what? Your body is still responding even if you're not tuning in and feeling it. It does make a big difference. So let's talk about a few other things that can cause your electricity to be off. And this is kind of a funny one. Our liver, it's on the right side of your body, right underneath your rib cage. It's our largest organ other than our skin, and it filters everything, and it has its own cycle, okay? And if the liver cycle, the liver spin gets off, it can disrupt your entire electrical flow in your body. And so That's something, again, that you can muscle test for. Is my liver on the correct spin? Yes. So mine is doing good. My liver's good. But if you get a yes, is my liver in reverse spin, and you get a yes, there's some easy ways to fix that. So usually applying some essential oils such as Balance or Zendocrine over the liver just a couple times a day typically will help that liver get in the right spin. You can just keep testing until it clears. Minerals are vital for having the right electrical flow in your body. And I know some of you might have like a reverse osmosis system in your house, or drink water, that bottled water that is reverse osmosis, which is great because that's pure, right? It doesn't have the fluoride, it doesn't have a lot of the chemicals. The problem is that it doesn't have minerals. And a lot of the tap water that you drink probably is not have a lot of minerals either. It's best to get spring water that has natural minerals, and I actually do both, supplement with trace minerals. And there's a couple different ways you can do trace minerals. I actually do both. I have liquid drops that I take in the morning, and then I also have a pill that's a little capsule that I will take as needed. If I've been on my electronics a lot more, I test a lot higher for trace minerals. And these trace minerals really help just everything flow in your body. It helps everything communicate better, and when your cells are communicating better, guys, your body is able to naturally balance itself. Okay, does that make sense? So if the communication lines are clear, then the cell over here that's having an issue can tell the cell over here, hey, I need help, and the body can balance and do what it needs to do. Most of the problems within the body are problems with cellular communication, and so if we can clear that up, that's a big thing, and that's where electricity comes in. So that's where those EMFs come in. Another thing, so water is just huge, guys. Make sure you're drinking high quality water. You want it to be alkaline, which means it has a pH of 7 or higher, because 7 is neutral, higher than 7. And you want to drink water that has good minerals in it, or supplement with minerals, because that's super, super important. Being outside, guys, and walking in the ground is just huge. It's going to really help you feel better. It's going to help your body regulate better and flow better and balance better when you're able to actually be on the ground. So if you can do it barefoot or in just socks, that is going to be the ideal. If you can't, even just getting outside and walking around, even if it's on concrete, it's going to have a better effect on you. So, and getting just out in the sunshine and just letting the natural flow of the universe really help you get balanced, because it's out there created for a purpose. Some other things that you can do to help, different essential oils. So any tree oil is really going to help physically ground you. So if you can't get in the ground, go get a tree oil, like a fir tree or frankincense or myrrh, an oil that comes from a tree that's going to help out. And putting it on the bottoms of your feet, which is kind of the oil application spot for your root chakra. It really helps, though, that electrical flow balance and help you feel better. I'm trying to think what else we need to do. So shielding, if you feel like your polarity and the flow of energy in your body gets off, just being around other people, that's when you need to shield. And we talked about that. So if that's a new term to you, go back and watch the video that we talked about shielding and protecting yourself energetically. And that it does make a difference. And for me, like if I'm on having different bracelets, different gemstone bracelets, if I'm going to be on my cell phone, because typically I will hold my cell phone in my left hand, and I can totally tell a difference when I'm wearing my bracelets or versus not wearing them. My threshold goes way down, even with the EMF blocker on the back. So just a few different ways to kind of lengthen that tolerance, because we live in an information society, right? We're going to be on our phones. It is what it is. A few other things that can really kind of jack up your electrical flow in your body. So be aware of these things. And if you're a repeat offender of some of these habits, then you're probably going to feel a lot better getting rid of these. Okay. So things like artificial sweeteners. So sucralose or Splenda, aspartame or NutraSweet, Sweet and Low, any of those artificial sweeteners are going to completely jack up your electrical flow. Okay, they are neurotoxins, which means they affect your brain, and our brain is our electricity hub, right? It's our powerhouse, And if that's messed up, then you're going to have some issues. So if you like your Coke Zero or you like your Splenda in your coffee in the morning, guys, sugar seriously is better for you than that junk. Don't do the artificial sweeteners. Get rid of them. They're no good. Stevia or something natural is fine. And get an organic stevia. Don't get like the Truvia crap that they have at the grocery store. Don't get that. But get like a nice organic stevia. Or even just sugar, guys, like sugar or honey, like that's going to be better for you than artificial sweeteners. Now, of course, there's a whole other issue with sugar, but in moderation, it's not a terrible thing. The other thing, caffeine. I know you guys are not going to like me when I say that, but caffeine. So caffeine in your coffee, in your tea, in your soda, in your energy drink. Caffeine jacks up your electrical system. It makes it really hard for your cells to communicate properly because it's putting your body on speed. It's going to make it hard. So if you have been trying to muscle test and you are a high caffeine intake person, that could be your problem. So when you reduce your caffeine, and if you can really limit or get rid of, then you're going to feel a lot better. I can tell you as a former caffeine addict, like I loved Dr. Pepper. I still love it. But I was so addicted for so many years. And when you're in that caffeine haze where you're just like caffeine, like you're having to live from caffeine hit to next caffeine hit, it really affects how your body functions. And as you break that habit, you actually are going to have more energy and you're going to feel better. I'm living proof of that. Beverly asked, what do MRIs do to our energy field? They're not great. They're going to disrupt it, but you can use some sandalwood, which is great to combat and neutralize internal radiation. But sometimes they're necessary, right? But I wouldn't, unless you're in dire need, don't be getting an MRI all the time. If you can, like thermography, where they're detecting the different heat spots in your body, is going to be a lot healthier option. But MRIs, of course, like don't sign up and hey, let's do one every week. But they're not great for your body. But you will have some time to recover, some recovery time from that. But any electric, like your microwave, guys. And I have not given up my microwave yet. Like I'm not that diehard, but I know there are a lot of people that have, because the microwave radiation actually goes out about at least 20 feet and it goes through walls. So whenever I am microwaving something, I actually leave the room, and I tell my kids to leave the room too, because you're affecting your cells when you're microwaving and things like that. So it's kind of crazy. Other things that can affect the electricity in your body and the flow in your body, different medications. So if you're on like any kind of stimulant, like any ADD medication, hush, thank you. She's like, oh, mom's on a video and I haven't barked yet. Thank you. That's good. So any kind of stimulant is going to affect your system, your electrical system. Other medication is going to affect it as well. And it's medications, they can be a big blessing and they can really serve a great purpose when needed, or, as a last resort, but they're going to take effect on your electrical system. So be careful that if you're on something that has some kind of stimulant or steroid, that is going to affect your electrical system. And it doesn't mean that it's like you're screwed forever, but just, be careful. Other things that are going to affect it, sugar. So excess sugar. So if you're having a lot of sugar, then that is going to affect your body. It is going to affect your electrical system. So be mindful of that. So Robin has she said, there's a steam heat appliance as a microwave substitute. So yeah, we have a mini, like a toaster oven, a larger toaster oven that we use, I would say probably 85% of the time instead of the microwave. But there's a few things in the microwave we just haven't been able to give up yet, more for convenience with our kids. But yeah, look at that. So other ways that we can help correct this, just daily habits, guys. Putting the essential oils on the bottoms of your feet in the morning and night just to help with that grounding. Getting outside in the ground, in the grass, in the dirt. Having rocks around you. Even if you don't know what that rock is for, more than likely it is going to help calm down and neutralize EMFs. Getting a Himalayan salt lamp. Those are amazing. I have one in every room of my house. I have one by every electronic larger electronic device like my TVs and larger computers, I have a salt lamp by. And they really are great. You can get them. I get them at Home Goods, which is just like a Marshall's, TJ Maxx type thing. And if you're worried that if it's a real salt lamp or not, just lick it. Don't actually lick the lamp, but lick your finger, lick the lamp, and lick your finger. And if it's salty, hey, there we go. It's a salt lamp. But they really do make a big difference and help neutralize those EMFs. Get a EMF blocker on your devices. Guys, that's going to be big. It really helps you feel a lot better and helps you not have that interference, because you might feel shaky, you might feel tingly down your hand, you might feel more agitated. I will tell you that, what was it? I can't remember. It was over the weekend sometime, either on Saturday or Sunday. Me and my daughter were doing a binge watch on Little House on the Prairie, and there's a couple games on my phone that I love playing. I love to just kind of zone out and play on my phone. And I could feel, I get super agitated and just almost just snappy when I'm on my phone too long. And that is kind of how my electrical field manifests. When it's disrupted, when it's off, I get really snappy and irritated. And so I was like, oh yeah, I've been on the phone too long. And that's with the blocker, but it had been hours, guys. We were doing a binge watch and I was having fun on the phone. But really pay attention to your mood. If your mood is getting altered, more than likely it could be the effects of EMF on your body. Avoid places like electrical power stations and power lines over your house. And if your router for your wireless internet, get a Himalayan salt lamp or some stones around it. Do not have that sucker in anybody's bedroom or near anybody's bedroom, because it's going to mess up people's sleep. Having a computer or a router in your bedroom, guys, no, you're not going to get any kind of good sleep with that. It's going to disrupt you. The smart meters that they now have on a lot of homes, do not have your bed on the opposite side of your smart meter. Try to be away from where that smart meter is. Be mindful of where it is in your house, because it does send off very strong signals. And just be aware of electricity. There's a few different books out there. There's one called Dirty Electricity. I can't remember the author. That's a good one. And then this is a great book. It's called The Body Electric. And this is a great book, just understanding the electricity in the body and how it affects us, how the electricity in our body works and how important it is. So this is a topic that you're like, ooh, I'd like to learn more about that. Grab this book. It's a great, great resource. But hopefully this has been helpful, guys. Just be mindful, be aware, because it really does make a difference. Those little things that you can change do make a difference in how you feel overall. Christy has a question. Is it okay to put an EMF blocker on a router? Totally. My router is actually in my office, and I have a salt lamp right by it. And I want to put a few other stones around there as well. But yeah, you can put an EMF blocker on the router. It will help neutralize it. And I don't think it should weaken your signal, but it should help neutralize some of the effects of the EMF, because they put a lot of negative ions in the atmosphere. Negative ions in our body, not good combination. It creates a lot of cellular oxidation and damage within the body. So that's why it's important to have good supplementation, good water, and just be taking care of yourself. So yeah, using an Ethernet cable instead of Wi-Fi is a big, big help. So the more things you can actually wire in your house, the better. So if you can run wires through your house, run wires through to your devices, you're going to have faster internet, and it's going to cause less disruption to your body. So it's all going to depend on your lifestyle, though. We have a household of 6. I've got 2 teenagers and 2 kids that are 11 and 9. So having everything wired in our house it's not an option. But we have several things wired, but we do use Wi-Fi in our house. So sometimes you have to have a little negotiation there, but there's lots of things you can do to help minimize those effects. So guys, have a great day. See where you can make a little bit better difference in your electrical exposure, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.